morning students, welcome to today's session. Today we have a different session altogether. Let's talk about your daily routine. What do you do every day? You get up in the morning, get ready for the college, put on your uniform. If it is like uniform in the university, you have to wear it every day. So taking up the same routine, the same route to the university, the same mode of transport maybe, and coming to the same classes, reading the same old stuff. So how excited are you every day when you have to go through all these routine works and you are not allowed to do anything else? I don't think you will be excited, because when something is in routine, we are doing it continuously as a habit, it becomes monotonous, isn't it? Okay, let's take another example. How many times has it actually happened to you that somebody, maybe in university, college, or in your personal life, has asked you to think out of box, be creative, come up with new ideas? As we can say in our university, if we talk about our bosses, they will come and they will ask us to create something new, create something interesting for the students. So, is it that easy to do anything creative? And how can we do it? The question is there any platform where we can learn to be more creative? The answer is no. Nobody can teach us to be creative and how to be creative. It's just that we have to follow different approaches. We have to think on different terms and lines so that we become more innovative, imaginative, and creative in our work. So let's talk about the thinking. What are the different modes of thinking? Broadly, we can categorize both the thinking into two parts. One is divergent thinking, the other one is convergent thinking. So if we talk about convergent thinking first, it is based on the facts. That is, if we have to solve a mathematical problem, we know that there can be only one solution, right? So everything has to go systematically. We cannot think out of box. We have to follow a set pattern to solve a particular question. But if we talk about divergent thinking, this means lateral thinking as well, creative thinking as well, imaginative thinking as well. It's all about thinking differently, finding different approaches to solve a particular problem. So now the question arises, why will somebody think of thinking out of box, coming out of the comfort zones, taking of risk? Why should somebody do that? Whenever we feel that yes, we have to think differently, the first thing that comes into our mind, why should I do it? Why should I take risk? Why should I come out of my comfort zone? And if it was like that, why didn't somebody else try to do it before? So these things always, somehow startle us, and we don't move forward and we don't think about thinking creatively. But believe me, if you think creatively, you become imaginative, you're going to make yourself stand out from the rest of the crowd. So if we take example of how we can go on to think creatively, to do things differently, let's take an example. You love to eat Subway, right? You go at Subway station and you have your own sub. You mix some sauces that of your choice and you eat it. So have you ever tried something different? It might happen that you won't like it at all, but sometimes it might happen that you will start loving that taste and even recommend it to others. This means think a bit different. It might be a good thinking for you from your perspective, or it might end up even something into worse, but then you will experience something new, isn't it? Okay, now let me give you some examples of different models that have been given for our thinking process that can help us to think out of the box. So the model that we are going to discuss today is of 6 hats thinking model. So we will be wearing different hats of different colors and trying to analyze each situation, how we can do it and how we can proceed the particular solution of that situation. Okay, so the different hats means we have different 6 hats of different colors. One is white, blue, red, green, black and yellow. So we have different 6 hats, and each hat will represent one set of thinking. So let's start with your white hat. So white hat is something which is based on information and facts. Whenever you have to decide something new, you have to think different, you must know first of all what that is. So that information you need to know. What is the fact about that particular situation? So for example, if you talk about your admission, when you joined a university, what did you think actually? Did you go for facts? Did you try to search for the information? How this university has been, evolved over a period of years? So yes, you did it, because it was not a very small task to just decide on where to go and where to proceed from a career. It was a big decision for you as well as for your parents. So yes, you wore at that time that white hat and thought about the information, the facts that were being available in the market or somewhere in the Google, and you decided on something. So that was the first hat, that is white hat, which represents facts and information. Number 2 is the blue hat, which means managing and controlling and looking at the bigger picture. So when we are deciding on doing something, if we are wearing that blue hat, at that time we are just looking at the bigger picture, what I really want. It is very important, because if I have no goals, what will I proceed to? It is very important that you know what I am going to achieve after 1, 2, 3, 4 or n number of steps. What is the ultimate goal that I have to achieve? So this blue hat will show you the bigger picture of the situation or the scenario that you are in. For example, if you take the same example of yours joining the particular university. So yes, after joining this university, what is the ultimate goal of yours? Do you want to see yourself in the best corporates of your branch, or you want to see yourself as an entrepreneur? That all will show you the bigger picture of your life. That will be done by the help of blue hat. Next comes your yellow hat. Yellow hat is actually a model of thinking where you are understanding or you are seeing the picture through a broader view. That means you are being optimistic. We don't actually bother about different problems or hurdles that we might face in our journey towards reaching to that particular goal. What we are focusing on is, yes, I have these many opportunities to look forward to while I'm going through this course and achieving my ultimate goal, right? So yellow hat is showing us optimism. It is when we are wearing the yellow hat, we are being optimistic. Next comes the green hat. Now green hat is something where we are exploring different alternatives. We are generating ideas. What different I could do. So if I take example of the same scenario, that you are in the university trying to follow your dream and looking at the optimistic broader picture of the life, then you will definitely try to understand what different I could do in my own class, at least, that I will stand out from the rest. So if you have a particular curriculum that you have to go through, you might even think of doing something more apart from the other courses that are being given in the university. Maybe you will enroll yourself for some certifications, for some patents, for something that will make you stand out. So yes, wearing this green cap, you will be completely exploring the new opportunities, the new ideas that could lead to success. Next will be the red hat. So when you are wearing red hat, red means emotions, love and thinking of others. So what all people are important to you in your life, and how will they react, and what will be the opinion of others? Definitely when you are taking a decision, you are definitely going to take into consideration your own the people that matter to you, the scenarios that matter to you, the opinions that matter to you. So while wearing that red hat, you will be giving some emphasis to the emotions, to the opinions of others who matter to you. Last is the black hat, which is actually showing the practicality and the realism, what actually it's going to be, right? So just making things in air won't help. We should know whether they are practically possible or not. So it's very important that whenever you are planning something, you are working on different alternatives, you know where you have to go. You are taking care of the emotions and opinion of others as well. You are exploring, you are managing, you are controlling everything. But is that really going to help or work in the ground or not? That is very important. So when we are thinking, wearing all these different hats, white, red, blue, black, yellow, and one more is green. Yeah, so all these 6 hats, when we are wearing them, and after wearing them, understanding all the different perspectives, we are analyzing the situation, we might end up with something creative, something big, something out of box. So my advice and my approach towards this particular topic will be, guys, please think from different perspectives whenever you are going to take a decision. It is very important, because you know that everywhere there is competition. You have to compete in each and everything in your life. So how will you do it? How will you stand out? How will you make your own mark? How will you realize those dreams and goals that you have fixed for yourself in the future years to come? Use this model of 6 hats. That is definitely going to help you out. So once again, before ending this session, I will recap the 6 hats and what they all talk us about. Okay, so first is white hat, information and facts. Then is blue hat, exploring and looking at the bigger picture. Green, searching for different alternatives, exploring different alternatives and generating new ideas. Yellow, seeing the optimistic side of it. Then comes red, looking at the emotions and opinion of our loved ones. And then last but not the least is the black hat, which tells us about what is the practicality of all that I have thought of, and is it really going to happen or not. So guys, be more creative, be innovative, and be the one who makes a difference. Thank you.